So, what does No Saint really mean to you?
No Saint is like kind of like there's two sides to everything, and it's kind of like personal to me and my relationship, just because there's a whole lot of, you know what I'm saying, hypocrisy.
Okay.
A lot of like her being upset with me for the same things that she does. Like it's double sided.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's like. You know what I'm saying? You're saying whatever you're saying to me, but like you're not no saint either. So that's what it really means to me.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what you're saying to her.
Yeah.
Okay. So how does this epitomize your rise to success throughout the years now?
Overall, it's just it's a really full project. Like it's what people have never really gotten from me.
Yeah.
Like people who have been waiting. It's full length. It got a lot of components to it that I've never like showed. I always had, you know what I'm saying, shit up the sleeve, but
yeah,
you know what I'm saying, it's like a full push out.
Then kind of hidden like the full project, not like the project, but like the full product of your work hasn't really been, you know, shown to the public.
It's packaged very well.
Yeah, and I've seen you've been on a bunch of features with your group Out of Tune and everything.
For sure.
And how does this differ from what you've done with Out of Tune compared to now your solo project?
Just a little bit more personal to me.
Yep.
I guess. You know what I'm saying? When I'm working on records for like say Booker Tune or whatever, I'm in the mindset of like, I'm on these records with Gang. Like, how am I gonna like cater to what they doing so we can go together? Like, I mean, we kind of do that naturally anyways, but like, you know what I'm saying? That's the mindset that you in.
Okay. Yeah.
When I'm working on like my solo records, it's root. You know what I'm saying?
It's all you.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like strictly like my experiences or like my feelings at the moment, like whatever may have happened that day.
Going on in your head.
Yeah. Yeah, it's raw, like.
It's raw.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So, what did you want the message to be for your fans?
They couldn't get it.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't get it. The message that I want to give them is like, not to like overbear yourself with how you feel about yourself. Like, I done felt crazy ways about myself, but like, like I said, like ain't nobody a saint. Like it's not just with her. It's like it's a general statement. Like it's for everybody. You know what I mean? Like it is specific to me for my situations, but
it can be in anybody else's situation.
Of course, yeah.
I like that, man. So what have you learned as an artist throughout this entire process?
That it's more than just the art. It's a lot that goes into it. It's shit that you don't always want to do. It's shit that you gotta learn. It's not just the music. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And what would that include? Would you say?
Just it's business.
Mm-hmm.
It's business. As much as you like make fun of it or whatever, like not make fun of it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You're making fun of it. You're having fun with it.
Yeah.
But it's business. It's a job.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Talk about the marketing aspect of it.
You really just gotta know who you're targeting.
Mm-hmm.
Really, like who your audience is, who you want your audience to be, and you target them. You look at what they're looking at.
And who is your audience? Would you say?
Probably just people around my age. Probably like 16 all the way through like mid 20s. Like my people's listen to my shit. My older people's, and they just, you know what I'm saying?
They rock with it.
Yeah. It's really everybody. Like it's not narrowed in on anybody specifically. I feel like
anybody can feel it.
Yeah.
Feel it. Like you were saying with No Saint, it's kind of for the general population. Mm-hmm. That it's not like only a 16-year-old or only a 25-year-old knows that we're not just a saint.
Yeah.
Like there's older people that are going to be 40 and they're going to feel that message. Yeah. There's going to be people that are younger than that are going to feel that message.
And right along with that, like there's problems that I'm talking about on the album that I've been having since I was about like 16 or whatever, and I'm probably gonna still be having when I'm, you know, so.
They're problems that are just stick with everybody.
Yeah.
People problems.
Mm-hmm.
Feel it. So who were you listening to when you were making this project?
Listen to me, Say, Moon, Bishop, Gio.
Yep.
That's it.
And how does listening to your team like really inspire you to make even more music?
We're all just extensions of each other. Like You know what I'm saying? Like I feel a little bit like, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel a little bit of myself in all my niggas' music.
Yep.
And I know like there's a lot of all my niggas in all of my music, and vice versa for everybody. Like,
yep.
You know what I'm saying? We all like within each other. So it's kind of just like I don't really know how to explain it. Yeah, it's like a music cloud.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's like one big mindset up in the cloud, like you said.
And it's a bunch of stuff that nobody's heard.
See, that's a great feeling when you got all these jams and you know you're the only one listening to it.
Yeah.
Bro, I love that. So, how did you mentally prepare to step in the booth each time for a song?
I don't think it's really preparing, like, not at least for this project, like, because by this, I've been making music since I was 13, so it's not really like a prep thing for me. Like, sometimes I write, sometimes I don't, sometimes I instantly feel what I'm hearing.
Yep.
And I could go in there, sometimes I instantly, like, feel what I'm hearing, and I gotta write a little bit, but, like, it's not really a prep thing, you kind of just go in there and do it at this point.
You just feel the vibe and then
you
go.
feel whatever you're feeling for the day, like, you know what I'm saying? It comes to you. Sometimes it comes quick enough for you to not have to write. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? You got to piece the thoughts together. But it's all just from life. It's real. Like,
it's from what you experience, like you were saying, day to day.
Yeah.
Whatever you're feeling, that's what you go into the booth and you talk
100%.
about. Bro, I love that. So, how did you decide if a song made the cut or not?
That's kind of the same with we was kind of like on some if you know, you know, like if the song got sent out at the end of the session, like that was probably it. Like songs that wasn't going probably didn't even, you know what I'm saying, get sent out. They might get bounced out or whatever, but like we'd know by the end of the record.
Yeah.
Like
when everybody's sitting there vibing. I feel
for sure. It's a feeling like it don't really get talked about. It get talked about like days after. We like, all right, so yeah, that one up there, and then, like it don't really get talked about at the moment.
Who's part of the decision?
My managers. Say, B.
That's smart. Are they always with you in the
Saying flawless. Shit, me. Shit, me. Like.
So is it just them that's in the studio, you guys and T-Bigs, or do you end up going alone sometimes? What's your process of that?
Sometimes just me, sometimes me. Sometimes there's friends, sometimes it's just me, B, Say. It varies.
Depends on the day.
Yeah, when we're here, sometimes it's just like we got like, you know what I'm saying, photographers. Shout out to y'all. For sure.
Yeah, that's smart. And it's always good to know the vibe, whether it's like, you know, maybe a hype song might require like, you know, the energy in the room, but sometimes if you're doubling down on something serious, you're going to want to just be with the guys, with the managers, to make sure it's like because I'm not saying there might be some friends in the room that obviously know you're doing your shit and like, but then there are always the other people that kind of get in the way and they like cut into the vibe, and it really doesn't distract some artists, but it like kind of is like, yo, we're trying to make some shit right now, just relax. So I think that's a key thing too.
Yeah, and some of the times I work on my own too, so like I'm already like pre-prepped. Like sometimes I just have like verses on hand, just because like I didn't when I like first started, I was like just like on some lyrical spiritual mutual. Yeah. So I already just like had a thing for writing, like ever since I was little, like writing was my thing. So a lot of the times it is writing, but over just getting used to it, like sometimes I just vibe it out and then like it gets mixed up. Like I do a little bit of saying what I want, a little bit of writing. Sometimes it's just writing, sometimes it's just saying what I want.
Yeah.
But
so where are the different places have you recorded for this?
I recorded here, T-Bigs, and Tune Quarters.
Nice.
Where else?
Just
nowhere, right?
Sean Crib.
Yeah. Feel me? The spot.
Just at the places that you know.
Yeah.
And talk about how that is important to you to go to the places that you feel right in.
I don't know. I've recorded a lot of places. Like I'm I'm pretty comfortable recording. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but there is like a sense of home in the places that I usually record. Like, I guess I am like more comfortable with my voice. When I'm like places that I really know I can record
Yeah.
with both headphones on. That's how I know when I'm like
Okay.
really really comfortable because I don't have to hear myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I'm places that I'm a little less comfortable, I gotta like have one off so I can hear what's really going on.
Yeah.
You know.
That's interesting. And because I've always wondered that when I used to record, I always did the one ear thing.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
I feel like you said, if you're really comfortable and
Mm-hmm.
you have both your earphones in, it's like you know that you're doing it right.
Yeah, especially and when I'm comfortable with my engineer, I know everything's going on. Like I just don't have any worries. Like I know my voice is not tweaking today.
Yeah.
I know like T Biggs is always here on point. B is always there on point 100%. Like
Yeah.
So when I'm like really like feeling that, I'm good. Like I don't really need to hear.
Just go tunnel vision.
Listen after you.
Yeah. I
That's
like
cool.
that. So how did you? We already kind of talked about this. So, but was there like a straight up process of how you decided a song was made for the cut? You said originally that it would be at the end of the session,
Mm-hmm.
but let's say it was the day after, and you're sitting there talking. What would be the conversation at hand?
Dang, did we even cut a lot of songs off of it? No. We kind of like had focus on making records for the album. Like
Mm-hmm.
I kind of almost didn't get on the record until I was like, yeah, this sounds like it's gonna be for the album. Like
Good. So it was either for book a tune or for no singing. You just knew.
Yeah, and it wasn't like there's always a lot of music that doesn't end up,
Mm-hmm.
but there wasn't a lot of throwaways once we tapped into like project mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what was different when it became project mode compared to when you were working on something else? How did your mindset change?
Making sure that I just had like the quantity and the quality and not just one or the other.
Yeah.
Making sure that things came out solid and things kept coming out solid.
Yeah.
Doing my own side work, recording with myself, just exercising myself.
Mm-hmm.
Making sure that when I'm going to make a record for the project that I'm on some solid shit.
I like that. And does it have one general consensus as you flow throughout the project, or are we going to hear different parts through it?
They all just vibe. It sounds like a journey. Like I was thinking to myself on the ride over here, was listening to it. I was like, bro, this shit sound like a trip. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, it's cool.
like
Like
that.
it's really cool. I love this shit.
No, that's dope. So let's see. What obstacles did you encounter throughout this process?
Time.
And how so?
Just not spreading myself thin, trying to like. I learned a lot about like prioritizing. That's what everybody's kind of been
Yeah.
like yelling at, from like family
Mm-hmm.
to like my managers to like my girl, like everybody. Like I don't know. Like I really I really learned a lot about myself this year.
Mm-hmm.
So like, and shit got real, you know. So I think time was the biggest problem because a lot of people wanted
Mm-hmm.
time.
Between your family, between the music, between your girl, you just didn't know how to balance it back in like a couple months ago, you'd say.
Yeah.
And now, where are you at with that? Do you feel like you're doing it right now, or are you still on that journey?
I'm working on it, getting there.
Mm-hmm.
Feel me? I'm getting more familiar with like how and why shit is.
Yeah.
It's real.
So I saw you tweet out that you're dealing with some inner stuff, with some depression in your head. How has your music really helped with that?
Music always helps. Music, best friend. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You could do whatever with it. But music is limitless. Like, I don't know.
It's there when no one else isn't.
Yeah, for real. In any form, like even if I can't record, like I don't, you know what I'm saying? Always just get up and be able to record.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But it's still there
Yep.
in one way or another.
Still working in your head, doing something,
Yeah,
mentally
always, it's every element. Like it could be whatever I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like music will come up. Like I hear somebody say something. Like it's
And you'll
not,
put it in your brain for later.
Yeah, yeah. And I always find a way to make it work. Like because it's the one thing that I have, like power over.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like the sounds.
Yeah.
And it's like it helps me get out whatever I got to get out, and I can manipulate it however I want from the top.
Yeah.
Like from scratch.
And that goes back to what you were saying with whatever's happening throughout the day, you're able to incorporate in your music. But that it goes for another way because it's like a healing sense. It really helps you when you're maybe feeling down that day, but you go into the booth and then even if it's just a little bit, you feel like better.
Yeah, bro. It's not always gorgeous neither. Like sometimes you record it and it just sound ass and then you be more frustrated.
Yeah.
Go to sleep. But
so you say you just go to sleep and
not always, but you know what I mean. Like
yeah, but what's your mindset
like,
in the morning after that? Does it make you want to work
sometimes
harder?
you actually go listen back to what you did because you know what I'm saying, when you're done, when I be done with a record, even if I'm not liking it, I don't always delete everything. Like I'll just close it out.
Yep.
Listen to it again. Sometimes I just listen to it for too long.
Give it a night.
Yeah, morning, maybe like 65, 70% of the time. I like it the next day. I redo it.
Yeah.
But,
okay.
Yeah.
Have you done any production on this album, or is it through B and through Say?
This is all these guys.
Nice.
Yeah, all these guys.
That's the fact that everything is in house is so important because you know other people are stressing about where do I get my beats from? If I get my beat, like the whole process.
You know, it's crazy. Like to have like phenomenal ass producers. That's just like you know
that are your brothers.
Yeah, for real.
Literally.
Shit is,
it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So let's go into Laser Vision. How did that come to fruition? Walk me through the whole process.
I think it was the summer.
Yep.
Pulled up, B spot.
Yep.
I forget if he was just making the beat or if he had made it, but I think he made it for me.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good day. Faded. Feeling it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Talking to the beat. In the booth.
Went straight through.
Yeah, it's fire.
And what does Laser Vision mean to you?
That's kind of just like an energy release song. Like even when I hear it come on, like I just like see like a little kid ass me going crazy. Yeah.
How so? Would you say little kid you listening to it getting hyped that you in the future made it? Or you as a little kid just being hyped because it's a good song?
I don't know. It just like, I don't know. I've heard from a few people that I got like childlike energy.
Mm-hmm.
So like, and I do feel that on a level.
Yeah.
Like, and I just feel like that's that part of me. You know what I'm saying?
Still young.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I am 20. I just turned 20 in November.
Shit.
Is that just still? Kinda.
That I didn't know you were younger than me. That's nuts.
Yeah.
You're doing so much for that age, bro.
Yeah.
Good for you. And then the other song too, that you just released the other night.
Yep. Is it Karma?
Is it Karma? Yep.
Yep.
So talk about that.
That was probably like one of the hardest ones, like going through the process of that one. We kind of worked on throughout the whole project.
Okay. Why?
Like, there were songs that we just because I do a lot of like work on my own, and sometimes like if I have like verses and I record them on just stuff that I did like on my own time or whatever, I'll just take the verses if I didn't plan on using them. I'll put them on whatever else.
Yeah.
I like mixed up like a bunch of different verses trying to make that song.
Yeah.
I had like a weird vibe from it, just from the beginning. Like, it took me like a long time to just like listen to it, and also my girlfriend hated the song.
Okay.
She hated it.
Yeah.
And it was just like a big ass headache. Then I think me and my girlfriend broke up for a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's when I really got to feel the song. And
it hit you harder.
Yeah, for real. But it hit me harder to where I was like, all right, this is gonna go. Like I gotta knock out every aspect of the song that's making me not like it.
Mm-hmm.
So I went back in and I re-recorded both the verses. Robinson went and put outro on it.
Mm-hmm.
And like it just went from like one of my like least liked songs on the project to one of my most like, yeah, it just like completely switched. Like it's a really beautiful record, and I hated it in the beginning, and now I don't understand why I didn't like it.
Yeah. But you changed it up. You added stuff. You made it better.
Yeah. It sounds like what it is. Like I don't know. It was just like a transformation almost.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool to go, and I never had a record like that. Like usually it would be like if I didn't like the record, I didn't like the record.
It'd go in the vault and then just sit there.
Yeah.
That's important. So was it gonna be on the project even if you didn't like it, or did it take until that moment when you finally went back, then it was finally on the project?
Well, a lot of people liked it.
Yeah.
It was just that
you personally didn't feel that it was right.
Yeah. At the beginning, after redoing what I did and hearing all the other songs, and just hearing everything like collectively, and it just fits. And it, like I mentioned, like it was almost like the birth of the album. Like I said, No Saint. And
I noticed that.
And that was probably like one of the first songs that we recorded going into it.
And that's when you realized that you were gonna name the project No Saint, or did you not even know until then?
No, that was where it sparked from. And that was why it was so like heavily like pushed. Like, bro, how you not gonna put that up there?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it came from. And like, you know what I'm saying?
I see.
I don't know. There's almost a relationship with the record.
Yeah. And it took until the issue with your girlfriend and going through that, feeling it, going back, changing it, and then actually feeling it fully, made it what it is today. Bro, I love that. So we just listened to Said Too Much and She Gang. So talk about Said Too Much and how that came to fruition.
Said Too Much was one of the records I was working on towards the end of the album.
Yep.
I think I recorded half of it here.
Yep.
The chorus here.
Yep.
And then the rest of the song at B Spot.
Yep.
The first time I recorded to this, it was just like a little idea. It came out really solid though, like a full solid chorus. I think we breathed on it for like a week or so.
Yep.
Pulled it back up at B Spot.
Yep.
I was with all my friends, so I had like a real like fan vibe going on.
Yep.
Hence whatever you heard in the verses. I brought up some stuff about GL. I brought up like a lot of like close stuff to me, you know, a lot of like triumphant stuff, I guess you could say. I just it felt like I was almost done, you know, like I was getting there. You know what I'm saying, it's one of those songs. It's just that's what vibe it holds to me.
I like that. And then what about She Gang?
She Gang, I think is it might be my favorite.
Right.
It got the most energy. It's the most fun. Like, probably like relates the most to like my general feeling. My general mood. It's friends' favorites too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the one.
When you showed them, they start getting hyped.
Woo!
Yeah.
It's lit.
And what made you name it that?
The chorus.
Yep.
Chorus. It was one of those ones you could do that with though.
Yeah.
Can't do it all the time. But it was one of those ones that you could do that with.
You feel that? Okay.
It's real up front, like the song itself, as well as having the title be part of the chorus.
Yeah.
It's just one of those ones that snaps.
It went with it, so you flowed. Yeah. I like that. So how has Out of Tune not only shaped your sound but your mindset?
It's like it's like when I hear what they're working on, it's like optimal of what I'm working on. It's like me, but like with better.
Yeah.
You know? So it just like clicks really well. Like we all work really well together. We always talk about this anytime we're talking about each other. Like we're all self-sufficient. But like just hearing, like going back and hearing what like they're working on, like it like amplifies like my vibrations about my music that I already had. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? Like it brings me to a new level. Like it almost unlocks what I like, what I'm getting at when I'm working like solo.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like a help. It's a helping hand.
Yep.
Really.
Not
And
too many people have that.
And it works in every way. Like it works from every way.
Mm-hmm.
As you would say.
So would you say when you come into the studio with the guys and you see them working on something and you had a bad day, would you say it picks up your brain, makes you feel a little bit better, it kind of gets you going, or?
Yeah, it's 90% of the times.
Really?
90% of the times, there's a way that I can get my emotion to fit into whatever it is and get it out some way through whatever it is. Sometimes I'm just like in my own like introverted or whatever you want to call it. Like I can't. But most of the times, like there's not a way that I can't like get myself out on whatever.
Mm-hmm. So you say you got your introverted moments. So do you ever have your extroverted moments, or are you usually introverted?
Yeah, nah, like when I perform.
Yep.
Like I feel like that's like if you really want, I don't tee up. Like if you really want to see me tee up, you got to see me perform.
Yep.
You want to perform, like I'm not teeing up till the music is going.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It's something I might have to work on. Something I might not. It might just work for me.
Yeah. Sometimes being introverted isn't bad.
Yeah.
You know, I used to be a very big extrovert, but now I've kind of came in and been an introvert.
Same.
I think it works better for people like us because we're in our mind, but it is almost a benefit to us with our craft because we're able to focus more on our craft instead of being the extrovert. But then at times, like you said, when you get up on stage, it clicks on. You can still be the person you used to be, but it's smarter for us to be the introvert that we are right now.
Right.
I like that. So once finished with the project, what will be the review process?
We're still in the review process right now, in final stages. It's a lot of just going over, see what we needed to do to like blend songs into whatever, like just like fill out any empty space, you know what I'm saying? Whatever's missing, like you really like listen and analyze everything after you really think it's done and listen to what else can be done to make it more full, more complete.
Will there be any more recording, or do you think you guys have enough songs where you're going to pick
definitely no. We have all the songs. It's
good.
It's like final stages.
Yep.
There's definitely no more recording.
Has there been any songs that, you know, two of you out of the three or four, whoever's in the review process, have liked, but then somebody has said, no, we probably shouldn't go with that, or vice versa?
I think we've all been pretty solid on the record since probably like a little bit more than halfway, right? Yeah.
All on the same page?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, we had maybe like a couple, like two, three that we like all weren't sure on, but like other than that, we were all pretty solid on the songs. We all agreed.
Which is key, because obviously you don't want to be surrounded by a bunch of yes men, but if you have people that are saying, you know, working with you saying like, I don't know about that, but then you've gotten to a point where your stuff is good and you know it's good and you all say it's good and you got that check. So it's like, all right, this is going to make it on. So that's smart. I like that.
And we've all really like studied music, so we know when things are like cohesive, when things belong together, like what, you know what I'm saying? And we all have like a general same sense.
Yeah.
So like that general same sense with like the specific knowledge of each of us.
Yeah.
Is like really solid.
I like that. And then what visuals will accompany this project?
Nothing specific. There's definitely going to be a few videos. There's definitely going to be a laser vision video. I can say that. I don't want to get anything else specific about video wise, but definitely
be on the lookout for it.
Yes, sir.
Nice. And then when the outro ends, what do you want your fans and the listeners to walk away with?
Primarily my evolution as an artist, just like from what I've been working on to like my first full body of work. Like I've put out very small bodies of work, that were very far from final, complete, ready to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is like a very.
This is it.
Yeah, yeah. Like it's the first.
Mm-hmm.
It really feels like the first almost, and in ways it is the first.
First of many.
Also, maybe just like for people to get like a general understanding of where my head is at when I'm talking about stuff, so that way when I'm like blabbing about shit, I don't sound completely senseless.
Yeah.
Like people know like parts of the situation, what they need to know.
Yeah.
Like showing what I need to show, express myself how I need to express myself, and package it how we package it.
I like that. Cool. Brother.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.